Stone doesn't rush its formation. Neither does the work that lasts. The mineral patience isn't slowness. It's the refusal to become anything before it's time. Feel that refusal. Work from it. The crystal doesn't form in hours, it forms in the accumulation of conditions held precisely over time. No negotiation with the urgency of the surface, just the patient application of pressure and of temperature and the quiet concentration of the mineral into the structure that the conditions earn. Not demanded, not extracted, patiently return to the process over sessions, over weeks, over the long and unhurried formation of something genuinely strong. Not urgent, forming, not fast, precise. Mineral patience doesn't need to be advised to slow down. It already knows the only pace that builds is the one that holds. Mineral patience, deep formation, not the sprint, the crystallization of the work across the sessions. Mineral patience, all the lessons that only time inside the pressure of the practice gives. Mineral patience, how the real work lies, not in the burst and the long held still. Mineral patience, always will outlast the fast. The impatient version wants the crystal before the conditions form. It applies more pressure, more heat, and breaks the norm of the mineral's formation. Getting something faster, but not the thing it wanted. The mineral patience masters the interval between intention and the crystalline result. Not by forcing, by sustaining, by the difficult to dull decision to let the process take exactly what it needs. Mineral patience, the only practice that succeeds at building something with the density of the real. Mineral patience is the session learning how to feel the difference between done and form. They're not the same. Mineral patience earns the ladder, that's the game. Not urgent, forming, not fast, precise. Mineral patience doesn't need to be advised to slow down. It already knows the only pace that builds is the one that holds. Mineral patience, deep formation, not the sprint, the crystallization of the work across the sessions. Mineral patience, all the lessons that only time inside the pressure of the practice gives. Mineral patience, how the real work lies, not in the burst and the long held still. Mineral patience, always will outlast the fast. The geode looks like nothing from the outside, just another stone, unremarkable, unannounced. But inside, the crystal formation of a million patient hours of the right conditions held without compromise. That's what the sessions are building. From the outside, just another day. From the inside, the slow, impossible beauty of the mineral patience at work. Don't crack it open yet. Let it keep forming. It's not ready, neither are you. Keep going. The crystal is growing right now. Inside the work, inside the patience, inside you. Inside you. for me. Not every session produces. Some sessions prepare the next session to produce. The dry run is not the failure, it's the rehearsal that makes the real run possible. Come back, the real run is next. The dry run session feels like nothing landing, nothing sticks. The thinking circles without traction, nothing clicks into the slot it was designed for. And the hours pass without the output that the previous session built to last. But the dry run is not empty, it is orientating the mind toward the material, silently calibrating for the session that comes after, where the real run flows. Because the dry run cleared the path that only the dry run knows. Not every session lands, not every hour produces. The dry run is the session that the real run uses. The dry run, not the failure, the dry run, the preparation. Every session that felt wasted built the next one's foundation. Dry run, necessary, the dry run, preliminary to the session that delivers what the dry run made it ready. Dry run, come back, the real run is next. Runs the scene without performance in the dry. Define the obstacles, the lines that don't flow, the why behind each movement. Not the perfect, but to locate the fiction before the real performance. Early, not too late to adjust. The dry run session does the same for the work. It finds the places where the thinking tends to shirk or snag or lose its thread and marks them without solving. The dry run is the session of the problems early resolving into something navigable. The real run benefits from every dry run session. Every hour that sits uncomfortably in the not yet clicking, all of it is preparation. Dry run every bit. Not every session lands, not every hour produces. The dry run is the session that the real run uses. The dry run, not the failure, the dry run, the preparation. Every session that felt wasted built the next one's foundation. The dry run, necessary, the dry run, preliminary to the session that delivers what the dry run made it ready. Dry run, come back, the real run is next. You left the dry run session feeling like it failed. You hadn't. You'd mapped the territory so the real run wouldn't have to stop and find its way. The dry run paid for the real run's fluency. Every frustrating hour of the session that went nowhere, it went somewhere. It went into the preparation of the session that will flow. That session is coming. It's built on this one. Come back. The dry run is done. The real run is ready. That includes the dry run without judgment, runs more honestly than the one that only counts the sessions where the output came clean and the hours felt productive. The dry run session is equally constructive in the architecture of the practice. Every layer the dry run laid becomes the real run's prayer, answered the fluency that looks like effortlessness. of the dry run's expertise. The dry run, not the failure, never the failure. The dry run, the preparation. Every session that felt wasted built the next one's foundation. Every single one, the dry run necessary. The dry run preliminary to the session that delivers what the dry run made it ready. Made it ready. Dry run, come back, come back. The real run is next. The real run is next. You prepared for it in the session that felt like nothing. Come back, sit down. This is the real run. The dry run built it. Every frustrating hour they built this. Run it. The preparation is complete. The real run starts now. Not every session produces. Some sessions prepare the next session to produce. The dry run is not the failure, it's the rehearsal that makes the real run possible. Come back. The real run is next. The dry run session feels like nothing landing, nothing sticks. The thinking circles without traction, nothing clicks into the slot it was designed for. And the hours pass without the output that the previous session built to last. But the dry run is not empty, it is orientating the mind toward the material, silently calibrating for the session that comes after, where the real run flows. Because the dry run cleared the path that only the dry run knows. Not every session lands, not every hour produces. The dry run is the session that the real run uses. The dry run, not the failure. The dry run, the preparation. Every session that felt wasted built the next one's foundation. Dry run necessary. The dry run preliminary to the session that delivers what the dry run made it ready. Dry run, come back. The real run is next. The actor runs the scene without performance in the dry. To find the obstacles, the lines that don't flow, the why behind each movement. Not the perfect, but to locate the fiction before the real performance. Early, not too late to adjust. The dry run session does the same for the work. It finds the places where the thinking tends to shirk or snag or lose its thread and marks them without solving. The dry run is the session of the problems early resolving into something navigable. The real run benefits from every dry run session. Every hour that sits uncomfortably in the not yet clicking. All of it is preparation. Dry run every bit. Not every session lands, not every hour produces. The dry run is the session that the real run uses. The dry run, not the failure. The dry run, the preparation. Every session that felt wasted built the next one's foundation. The dry run necessary. The dry run preliminary to the session that delivers what the dry run made it ready. Dry run, come back. The real run is next. You left the dry run session feeling like you'd failed. You hadn't. You'd mapped the territory so the real run wouldn't have to stop and find its way. The dry run paid for for the real run's fluency. Every frustrating hour of the session that went nowhere, it went somewhere. It went into the preparation of the session that will flow. That session is coming. It's built on this one. Come back. The dry run is done. The real run is ready. That includes the dry run without judgment runs more honestly than the one that only counts the sessions where the output came clean and the hours felt productive. The dry run session is equally constructive in the architecture of the practice. Every layer the dry run laid becomes the real run's prayer answered. The fluency that looks like effortlessness is built on a foundation of dry run sessions, nothing less. Come back after the dry run with the same intention. Set the real run is the session that the dry run hasn't met yet, but it's coming, and it carries in its ease every uncomfortable hour of the dry run's expertise. The dry run, not the failure, never the failure. The dry run, the preparation. Every session that felt wasted built the next one's foundation. Every single one, the dry run necessary. The dry run preliminary to the session that delivers what the dry run made it ready. Made it ready. Dry run, come back, come back. The real run is next. The real run is next. You prepared for it in the session that felt like nothing. Come back, sit down. This is the real run. The dry run built it. Every frustrating hour, they built this. Run it. The preparation is complete. The real run starts now. The tide doesn't apologize for going out. It knows it's coming back. The session works the same way. The retreat is not the ending, it's the gathering for the next advance. Feel the pull. Let it move. The tidal work doesn't hold a single position. It moves in and out of the deep session, finding its grooves in the rhythm of advance and the necessary retreat, not inconsistency. The tidal pattern of the heartbeat of a practice that breathes, that knows the out is part of the in, that the retreat is where the next advance gets its start. The tidal work is not the frantic, not the constant push. It's the patient oscillation, the pull, the pause, the rush back in. The tidal work has done this since before the practice had a name. The tide knows what the shore is for. In and out, advance, retreat. The tidal constant, rhythmic, not still, alive. The tidal work is how the sessions thrive. Tidal work, advance and pull. Every session fills the full capacity of the shore, then withdraws. Tidal work, no pause because of failure, pause because the tide is gathering for the next advance. Tidal work, this is the dance of the practice and the rest. Tidal work, forward when the crest pulls back to come again. The ocean doesn't worry when the tide goes out. It knows the physics of return. You can learn from that. The session that ends is the tide going out, carrying back into the deep everything it touched the shore with, processing, transforming, building the next wave. The rest between sessions is not the absence of the work, it's the work becoming the next session. The tide is always moving, even when you can't see it, even when the shore is quiet. Trust the return. It's already gathering. Season after season of the tidal work, and something shifts in how you hold the intervals, the ebb between the lifts of the advancing session. Every retreat now recognized as preparation, not as lost. The tidal work is realized. Its rhythm in the practice, and the practice found its tide. The natural oscillation of the working and the wide open space between. Come back when the tide returns. The tidal work is patient. It advances and it learns from every retreat exactly how to reach a little further. The tidal work is not diminished by the pullback. On the contrary, every retreat makes the advance more sure. Tidal work, advance and pull. Feel the pull. Every session fills the full capacity of the shore, then withdraws. Tidal work, pull. No pause because of failure. Pause because the tide is gathering for the next advance. Tidal work, this is the dance of the practice and the rest. Tidal work, forward when the crest pulls back to come in. Coming back, always coming back. The tide doesn't choose return, it simply is return. Make the practice that simply return. The shore is always there, the work is always there. Advancing, retreating, advancing. This is the tidal work. This is the whole work. Move with it. In the middle of every rotation, every spinning thing, there's a point that doesn't move. The still point. The session finds it. The work lives there. It's closer than the noise suggests. Go still. Find it. The wheel turns around, a still point at its core. Every movement of the session orbits something more fundamental than the motion. The unmoved center that the deep work circles and eventually enters, not by force, by the narrowing of the orbit, until the still point is the only destination. The session spirals inward to its own cessation of the movement and arrives still at the center. The still point is the session finally entered. Everything turning round, the one thing still. The still point is the practice at the center of the will. of the round, of the session, of the practice, of the years, of the return. The still point doesn't ask for anything, it doesn't earn its place by effort. It exists because the orbiting does. The session that moves long enough around the work because it chose to stay eventually finds it past the noise. The still point waits inside the session, past the choice to stop. It waits for the orbit to tighten and arrive. The still point is where the deep work is most alive. Everything turning around, the one thing still. The still point is the practice at the center of the will. To work, to return, to stay. The still point holds the day. The still point, center of the turn. The still point, everything you earn. By orbiting the work long enough to reach the place where nothing moves, but everything is full. The still point, the unmoved pull. At the center of the session, at the center of the craft. The still point, first and last. The still point, home. T.S. Eliot called it the still point of the turning world, where the dance is, but neither arrest nor movement. The session knows this place. You've been there, in the hour that disappeared, in the work that arrived without being summoned, in the depth that opened without announcement. That was the still point. You reached it. You reach it again. Every session is the orbit that carries you toward it. Keep orbiting. The still point is already at the center. It was always there. Go still. Find it. Work from it. It's home. And the stillness more accessible each time. The still point of the practice expressible now in the simple act of sitting down and starting. The still point arrives earlier. The orbiting tightens faster. The periphery dissolves more quickly. Come back tomorrow. One more orbit, one more session, one more tightening toward it. The still point holds everything. The practice is patient. It never folds. The still point waited while you proved through every session that you were serious about arriving. No concession to the noise. The still point, unmoved, home. The still point, center of the turn. You're here. The still point, everything you earn. By orbiting the work long enough to reach the place where nothing moves, but everything is full, so full. The still point, the unmoved pull. At the center of the session, at the center of the craft. The still point, first and last, always. The still point, home. Home, home. Home. The still point is home, not a destination, a return. Every session is the return to the still point. Every playlist was the orbit that brought you back here. Still, full, unmoved, home. Come back tomorrow. The still point will be here. It never left. It never moved.